Welcome to Drum LCK. My name is John, and today I'm going to teach you a mind-blowing drum fill that's actually really easy. Let's go! Alright, so first off, it's important to know that this fill is a 30-second note drum fill. That means that all 32 notes of the fill will fit evenly into one measure of 4. This fill's also linear, which means you're only going to be playing one note at a time. Now, with any linear fill, it's always best to start off with using just the snare and kick. This will really help you commit everything to muscle memory. Let's start off by throwing our handy-dandy note counter at the top, and this is going to help make sure we play all 32 notes. The fill starts with 6 single strokes followed by 2 kick drums. This creates a group of 8 notes. Next, repeat the same group and you're halfway there. Next, we add back-to-back groups of 6, which consist of 4 single strokes and 2 kick drums. And finally, we just add 4 more single strokes to close the fill out. Also, before we jump into playing, make sure you check out my new book, Paradiddle Bootcamp. I'll leave a link in the description. Now let's give it a shot together between just the snare and kick at 60 and 90 beats per minute. Now it's time for the fun part, the orchestration. Alright, in our first group of 8, we're going to play the first note on the high tom and just leave the rest of the single strokes on the snare. Follow that up with 2 kick drums and you're good to go. Oh yeah, let's add an accent on that high tom part. It should look and sound something like this. The next group of 8 is pretty much the same thing. We're just going to move that high tom part over to the floor tom and that should look like this. Next up is our first group of 6. It starts with the right hand on the snare, followed by a left on the high tom. The next 2 notes are on the floor tom, and finally 2 kicks wrap it up. Alright, our next group of 6 features the crossover. First off, it's super important to stay calm and to take it slow. Always remember that this crossover, no matter what you think, is still only 4 single strokes, so don't freak out. It starts with the right hand on the snare, which crosses over top of the left arm. That's important. Next, the left hand plays the floor tom while crossed under the right arm. Now uncross your arms and play the floor tom with your right and the snare with your left. Finish that up with 2 kicks and you're good to go. And we close this fill out with 4 single strokes. That's 2 on the snare, then 2 on the floor tom. Put it all together and it should look and sound something like this. Now that you know your mind-blowing drum fill, it's time to add it to a groove. But remember, start slow. For real, it's super important and it will only make you better. Now let's play our new fill with 1 measure of groove in between each fill at 60 and 90 beats per minute. And now it's time for you to go blow some minds with your new drum fill. But first, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Seriously, do it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.